We're big on ideas. We're big idea guys, man.
We can throw anything in my truck.
Yard meat.
We are having a Yard Chef event, and we actually have shirts. Let me show you. So me and Nicholas formed the International Brotherhood of Yard Chefs. What that is a fellowship of men and women. You know, brotherhood, don't be fooled, men and women, right?
All inclusive.
And we just chef in the yard. And we call ourselves Yard Chefs because sometimes the meat hits the ground and what is it? The oldest seasoning in the world?
Dirt is the oldest seasoning in the world. Everywhere you go, dirt has different compounds and minerals that make it up. And it really adds to the flavor. You know, back in the caveman days, they didn't have oregano. Well, they had it, they didn't know about it. So they'd take a little dirt, pinch it on, and they bring it to rival tribes. And that's how they became friends, trading meats.
And also, we had a few girls over at our first event, and they told us how much they loved our yard meat. So, ladies love our yard meat is on the back of our shirts. Pretty fancy, pretty fancy. If you buy one of these shirts, it comes with a free steak tip at the Yard Chef drive-thru. And yeah, we'll be here all day, selling meat, cooking meat, smoking meat.
Eating meat.
Eating meat, lots of meat. Might get the goat, but that's a different story.
Marinating meat, spicing it.
Yeah, we got chicken, we got kielbasa, we got sausages, you know, hamburgers and hot dogs, of course, steak tips. What else do we get? We got one other thing. Oh, we got potatoes in the fire pit.
Pickles, we have
roasted
pickles.
Potatoes.
I mean, I should say had pickles because someone thought they could eat 10 pickles in 15 minutes.
Yeah, the young man upstairs who's about 9 ate about 13 pickles out of the jar. So he said he could eat 15 and then he ran. So
he cannot eat 15 pickles in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He can eat 13 and 6.
13 and 6, and then I think he went upstairs to puke, but he should be back later.
Yeah, I'm just going to put this right here just for the heck of it so that maybe both of you guys will get picked up even better just so that you
Look at that. This is fancy. That's a nice shirt, too.
Yeah, it is.
Number one best dressed, as usual. Unbelievable.
Yard meat has a certain ring to it. Is yard meat for everyone?
Yes, yard meat is for all. Yeah. Except the vegans. Vegans don't really like it, but we can also smoke vegetables. If any vegans want to come over, we'll designate a grill for vegetables, and you can have your yard vegetables, because we grow some vegetables in the yard. We don't hate vegetables, but we don't really grill them. But you can be a vegan and still come to a yard meat event, and you know we'll prepare some meals for you.
All inclusive.
You mentioned vegan. What other types of people might enjoy yard meat?
Oh, I mean every type of community loves yard meat. Yeah. We have some ladies next door that are lesbians, and they are fantastic people, so all welcome. All walks of life are welcome. Yep. We got some people looking and waving because.
How you doing? How are you, Marianne? Good. Doing well.
Knows everyone. We're having a barbecue today. If you want to come by later and eat some food. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day for yard chefing. Yard meat.
If you guys could, take me through the preparation for the day of yard meat, the days leading up to, and maybe through the morning, and actually maybe a play-by-play with the meats themselves.
Okay. Well, last night we started at about 5:30, going to Market Basket, our local grocery store, and we were picking out manager specials and trying to save as much money on the meat as we can, because with inflation, meat is very expensive these days. Yeah. And then we came back here and we had headlamps on, and we were marinating on our 16-foot table, yard table.
Yeah, we set up the marination station.
Yeah. Not many people have a setup like this. It's on 2 sawhorses. We got 2 3/4 sheets of plywood, 8 feet long, which equals a 16-foot table. And hopefully we can get the chisel head Sharpie out and everybody can sign the yard table so we can really see how many people we had at our first event. We've had many events in the past, but they were deeper into Lanesville and they weren't able to find the location too easy. So now we're right roadside. This is Yard Chef drive-thru, if you don't want to stop by, you can just, come around the corner. We'll serve you a meal, and then you can mosey on down the road with your yard meat. And yeah, we haven't discussed prices yet. It depends on what you want to get. We'll formulate a menu soon enough, but for now it's just, we make up prices on the fly.
How do you choose the yard meat? Is there anything particular about this yard meat?
Just what we're feeling. Just go with we vibe. Just go in the supermarket and we vibe. We look at the meats. If something speaks to you that day, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Yesterday we got chicken thighs.
Big thigh guys.
Yeah,
thigh guys. We like juicy thighs.
Juicy.
You get them on the smoker,
thighs.
nice and juicy. And you let that marinade seep in.
We got steak tips. We're big into brisket burgers. I don't know if anybody's ever had a brisket burger, but we actually got some on right now.
Ooh, phenomenal.
Forgot about that. Oh, and they're just.
Oh my God.
They're just.
That's some juicy
in
meat right
need
there.
of flipping.
Those look really good. I can tell from here.
Oh my God. The brisket burger.
That's good smoke right there. That's good smoke. A
number
lot of people
one
don't
best
understand the colors of smoke.
Oh, look at the
That
juices
bluish
coming out of
gray smoke is premium.
Yeah, we need a TV time.
Premier
for
smoke
cheese.
right there.
That's okay. No, it's no doubt that the you guys may be the host, but the meat is definitely
Oh,
the star of the
yeah,
show today.
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
It's
we
all
play
about the
second
meats.
horn to that meat right there.
That's no, this is a nice early start, and I'm really glad that I've gotten here. And we're just gonna let Tyler do his thing for a minute. And
We put feta and cheddar on our brisket burgers, so that's one of the secrets to it. So if anybody wants to know why the cheese tastes so good,
Gives you a little tang,
it's a mix of cheddar and feta.
and nothing is better.
Really, it's so true. So true.
so I'll just wait. He's Tyler's out back. I think you might be able to see him back there. He's tending the short grill, and I think that we have at least 4 grills here. We definitely have a couple smokers, maybe 3 smokers.
We're big into smoking stuff.
Yeah,
We
there's
like-
a lot
we
of
like to
smoking
smoke
going
stuff.
on here. As you can see, kind of maybe in the background. We just dressing those guys up. Maybe I'll show you done almost instantly.
Yeah, we're just waiting for cheese to melt now. And then you can actually taste one and give us your review on camera saying how good and delicious the brisket burgers are.
It'd be an honor.
Because even Stu Diamond said they were #1 best, and Stu's quite the character, and he likes to be very judgmental. But
Very judgmental.
for Stu to say that they were #1 best was really heartwarming.
Great guy, Stu.
So while it's quiet, I will. I guess you
Very-
guys have a strong hashtag game on Facebook.
That's what it's all about. We want to be influencers. And unfortunately, we were not gifted with the greatest of looks. So we have to make up for it with creativity. And I follow a decent amount of so-called influencers on there, and I've noticed there's a lot of hashtags. So, we'll have some relevant hashtags, and then we'll just throw out a few random ones. And I feel like that helps build the following. Maybe a plumber is looking for something plumbing, and they end up typing in hashtag plumbing, and they see a picture of this beautiful meat. They're like, oh my God, I'm gonna follow them.
True.
Someone's looking at landscape design, and there I am at a Fish concert waving. It's a cool dude. I'm gonna follow him. So the more hashtags, I think, the better.
We definitely have. We'll have our fair share of ambient noises coming from Washington Street, but that's just something we have to deal with, and we'll figure it out as the day goes along. Are you guys expecting a lot of people? Or?
We're hoping for a good turnout. Yeah.
Probably anywhere from 50 to 150 people, depending on who really shows up.
Yeah.
But at least 50 people should roll in and out of here throughout the day.
Yeah, that's a conservative number right there, 250. Maybe add another 0 to that, probably 500. Or 1. It's tough telling not knowing.
Just so the camera can see, look at the mix.
Good
of
Lord, that's a
cheddar
good-looking burger.
And feta. I mean, with the drizzle. Look at the drip. Oh my God, that's a moist piece of meat. Right there.
Is.
Nice and moist. Yeah, when more people show up, we can.
Yeah, unless you want to go over the history
All right.
of yard chefing.
I'd love to hear a little bit of the history of Yardchefs.
It was what was it, 2020, and
No, 19. This has been 3 years.
no, we started during COVID, didn't we?
No, 3 years ago.
3 years ago. it was.
Wasn't it? Yeah, that was 2020. It's 2023 now.
There was more hammocks though in tents. It was tents.
Yeah, we had 10 cities set up and
Yeah, it was during COVID
sleepovers. All right.
because
Maybe it
everything was closed.
2020.
Yeah, it was 2020,
Okay.
and I saw you and I was like, we should grill. You know, we can't do anything. All the restaurants were closed. No one could go out, and we were like, we should grill. And
And you weren't supposed to have social gatherings,
No.
so we brought freedom back by
Yeah.
gathering a bunch of people together and grill.
yeah,
That's why
we
it
just
started, because we're freedomists.
started grilling. There was nothing else to do. Everything was closed. So we'd just go in my backyard and we'd grill, and it just, took off. And we would do some marathon grill sessions. Friday after we got out of
36 hours
work.
grilling was our
Yeah.
record.
But grilling's not just something to do. It's a way of life.
It is.
It really is.
It is a way of life. We grilled a lot of meat, all different meats, and that's where we really honed our craft. We found out the perfect temperatures, seasonings, spices, sauces,
Wood, different types of
different
wood to smoke.
woods. How long to soak it,
Big
heat.
into smoking stuff.
Oh yeah.
The proof is right there.
What do you
It's
got?
unbelievable.
Potatoes?
Yeah, we figured we'd go potatoes today.
That's all right. Like that game.
And then everyone, again on social media, was following us, and we're like, we love this. This is amazing. We love what you do, and a lot of people donated. We got smokers donated, chairs. People donated meats,
Everything
spices.
you see here was donated.
Yep. Yeah, really took on a life of its
So many
own.
people to thank on the donation station.
The meat was there. It just needed us to push it out into the open.
Coolers, yep. Definitely non-Yeti.
Yeah, we don't like Yetis.
What, can you tell me about that?
So as someone who hiked the Appalachian Trail, I have a lot of friends who are into guide services and use the Yetis for what it is actually purposed for, which is backcountry use. I mean, it's a bear-proof Yeti cooler that holds ice for 5 to 7 days. You do not need a bear-proof Yeti cooler to impress your friends at Wingasheek Beach. I was at Dick's and I asked, does it add inches? Confirmed, it does not add any inches. So it's just a way to show off. Like, you've been to the beach, you go to the beach, you come home. I drive by Wingasheek and no one is at the beach for multiple days. There is no need to spend $500 on a cooler unless you are going into the woods for 5 to 7 days and need to keep meat fresh. You do not need a bear-proof cooler. I've never seen a bear at Wingasheek Beach. It is all about trying to impress your friends. I have no problem with that. I dress like this to impress my friends. I admit that. I'm not trying to tell you my expensive shirt I bought because it's comfortable. I bought this shirt because it looks good. When they try and convince you they bought a cooler to save money on ice, I have a problem. We live in the 21st century. Ice is one of the most readily available resources we have. Everyone I know owns a freezer. Do you know how to make ice?
I have an idea of how to make ice. I'm just curious. What would you do with all your savings from buying a lesser cooler than a Yeti?
I spend it on meat.
You have it.
If I had $500 and my two options were a $500 Yeti or a $70 Igloo, which will also hold ice as long as I need, I would buy the $70 cooler and $430 worth of grillables
To feed your friends.
to feed my friends. Instead of sitting there and telling them, look at my cooler, can hold ice for 5 to 7 days. Does anyone know that? because you've been to the beach. Everyone's sticking their grubby hands in your cooler. You want to go back in a 7 days worth of hands in a cooler?
You make it
I am curious, do those
valid
people
point.
fill their bathtub, take a bath, and then take another one to save water? Because apparently ice is so valuable, they need to save the water.
Great point.
Yeah, right. I mean, I can't argue with that by any means. And you know, coolers. I've always been a real cheap cooler guy myself. I mean, I think I found most of the coolers that I've ever used.
Same.
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
given some away.
I've given a lot of coolers away. I mean, at no point in my life have I been in a spot where I was like, oh my God, if I only had ice 6 days into this adventure, I'd be all right. Like, I'm alive. All my friends are still alive. It's not like some catastrophe happened because they ran out of ice.
And it's something. Yeah, we'll find some way to spend money on and
Yeah.
to throw it into our friends' faces on Facebook.
Yeah, like, look at my cooler.
My cooler.
Hardos.
Make it hard.
It's hardo culture.
And so, like I mentioned, I sell drinks on tour. I think the best way to judge how well a product works is what the professionals use. As a professional soda and water seller, I use Igloo. My friends use Igloo. You get more room for drinks, and they keep ice for a day. A Yeti is, that thick, bulky, and a Yeti cooler that holds 100 cans is twice as big as the Igloo. So you could have 200 cans if you got 2 Igloos instead of 100 cans. It's just, nothing about it works.
More product.
More yard meat?
More yard
More
meat.
yard meat.
More yard
Way
meat.
more yard meat. Not even a question.
Hey, you guys hungry? Got burgers going. Apparently not.
They're gonna be from out of town.
Gotta be.
Stop this
Gotta
thing
be.
somehow.
Who walks by yard meat?
Yeah, they're just shy.